I've looked into the crystal ball. I've seen into the future. And what I've seen in the future is the future of accounting. With the way the world is these days, things are constantly changing, constantly evolving. And we've all heard about how different industries are going to change in the future, how certain roles won't be relevant, certain industries won't even be relevant, depending on what industry you're in and what role you have. Accounting is not going to disappear, but it is going to change a lot. What does this mean to you as a business owner and a business leader? It's crucial for you to know how this is going to impact your business and the things you need to be wary of so you're not left behind. And being left behind can have a cost impact on your business, can also have an information impact on your business. For the next few minutes, we're going to gaze into that crystal ball and see what the future of accounting looks like. Let's start by looking at what the purpose of our finance team is. The purpose of the finance team is to provide timely and accurate financial reporting to help influence management's decision making to improve business performance. Let's look at the first part of that equation, timely and accurate financial reporting. This is going to have the most immediate impact on the accounting industry if it hasn't already. Accounting and reporting is already becoming a commoditized product. If you look at the genesis of this over the last few years, businesses are increasingly using offshore labor to complete transactional day-to-day and ad hoc work to reduce the cost down of the data entry that goes into financial reporting, which is influencing the timeliness and the accuracy of those reports. Further to that, with the advancements in technology, there's a lot more automation that is happening. For example, our bank feeds go into most finance systems now, so there's no need to type out what's coming from the bank into your finance system. Taking this one step further though, this is where I believe the industry is going to go over the next 5-10 years with the advent of artificial intelligence or AI. I believe more and more transactions will become automated in nature that aren't already. Most, if not all, transactions will occur with very little human interaction. Even down to if you're lodging something with your tax department and then you're paying that with the tax department, your account with the tax department will be just like your account with your bank account. It will be linking and all this information will be just continuously updating. Same with bank loans. But when I say bank loans, they can already be linked. I mean things like equipment finance contracts and employee entitlements and payroll information feeding through the different areas. All of a sudden, we've accounted for just about everything that happens within the business, and it's all coming directly from the source. When it's coming directly from the source and it's pointing to the right place, suddenly the user or the person in the finance team doesn't have much to do. Hence, what you've seen is that the cost of delivering those reports comes down, whether that's through a mixture of offshore labor and automation. But in 5-10 years' time, I believe a significant portion of that pie, maybe 95 to 98% of that, will be done without human touch. Yes, there'll be somebody there at the end of it to check and review and make sure everything's going to the right place. But the days of someone grinding out all the transactions and entering them are close to done. What does this mean for you as a business owner? What does this mean for you if you're an accountant watching this? For you as a business owner, as I said earlier, the delivery of financial reporting and financial information is going to become commoditized if it hasn't already. That means it's going to drive down the costs of running the finance team. It's going to drive down the costs of delivering the reports, which for you as a business owner is excellent. Who doesn't want something to come down in cost that you can deliver the same outcome? The bigger impact though is going to be on the individuals within the finance industry. And quite clearly, there's a simple outcome. You either upskill or you're removed from the industry. It is as simple as that. The second part of the equation is helping management make informed business decisions. There's two parts to this. The first part, as we touched on with timely and accurate financial reporting, where it's the delivery of the report. Now it's looking at the analysis of the report. And I think AI is already a long way down this path already. You may or may not be aware that there's listed companies on the stock exchange where you can invest into them and they make their investment decisions purely on an AI algorithm. They're reading balance sheets, they're reading profit and losses, they're scouring the internet, and they are making investment decisions based on what the AI say, and therefore there's no human interaction other than the creation of the software or the code for that AI. If that's the case in the share market and people are investing millions and maybe even billions of dollars into that, then I can imagine that in your wholesale, manufacturing, construction, service business, there's going to be someone working on the background with an AI that is going to give you not just the reports, but what does it actually say? What does it actually mean? It'll tell you what's up, it'll tell you what's down, it'll tell you what's good, it'll tell you what's bad. It'll tell you the whole book. It'll tell you everything you need to know for that day, for that month, for that period of time. Now, you might be thinking, Brendan, geez, life doesn't look good for you in the next couple of years, because, that's what you guys do, isn't it? Yep, that's what we do, but it's a part of what we do. So as we move on, the impact for you as the business owner, again, it reduces the cost of delivering this information and it empowers you with more information. The downside, as I touched on a moment ago, is for the humble accountant, again, you're starting to shrug your shoulders going, what am I actually doing? What am I actually going to do in this role anymore? Because you've taken away a significant portion of what my day and what my month looks like on an ongoing basis. But alas, there is hope, which is the last section. And this is the part that I don't believe can be replaced by computers. And that is the communication side. I believe to last in the accounting industry in the next 10 years and beyond is you have to be a master communicator. You have to be able to take the reports, you have to be able to take what that report is telling you, and then communicate to the relevant person or people within your business how to influence that decision making. So the only word in what the finance team delivers that I feel like is not at risk in terms of what they deliver is the influence. A machine can provide you information, but it doesn't have the ability to influence. Not yet. Unless we get robots with guns telling everyone this is what you're going to do, and if you don't do it, we're going to fire a lot of you, literally. But I sincerely believe if you want to have a future in the accounting industry in 10, 20 years' time, you have to be a master communicator. You have to have an ability to build rapport with people. You have to have an ability to take away the fear that people have when looking at the numbers. Keep it as simple as possible and make sure the data isn't overwhelming. It's a bit like sitting in a cockpit of an airplane. If you've ever sat in them, there's so many switches, there's so many things in there, but generally the key things you need to do is be able to control the rudder with either the steering wheel and also the thrust and the flaps to slow the speed down or to speed the plane up. Those are probably the main things around flying a plane, but there are 1,000 switches in that cockpit. That doesn't mean that a pilot shouldn't know what each of those switches are. But for you as an accountant, it's your job to help influence the business leaders and tell them these are the things you need to worry about. And do you know what? That switch over there, we need to use that this month because of this reason. That is how we influence the outcome. In summary, if you're an accountant or you're thinking about getting into the accounting industry, know the reports, know the numbers, build relationships with people, build rapport with the people within the business. Because there's a day not that far in the future where your role will probably be made redundant unless you learn those skills. For you as a business owner and a business leader, these are exciting times. Your cost of your finance team will reduce significantly while your intelligence will probably go up, especially if you have someone there guiding your team by influencing their behavior with the information that they have. What you'll find over the next 10 to 15 years is the number of people in your finance team will diminish just by virtue of these changes. I think it's a time to be excited. I think it's a time to take advantage of this. And if you're thinking about being an accountant, it's still an amazing industry to work in, but know where you need to focus.